channel. I am super excited to have you guys on board with me on this video. This is my very first YouTube video, so I'm super excited, you guys. I'm super excited to be able to just open up and just shed so much love and encouragement and motivation to you guys, and I'm just super excited about that. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is basically about getting to know me and about me sharing with you guys my fitness journey and how it, pushed me to, do better and just become a better version of myself. So without further ado, I'm gonna get you guys right into this video. Alright, so you guys, I am super excited to share with you guys, this content about my fitness journey because I have been truly blessed. I have been blessed beyond measures to have a great support system, to be able to have the proper and right people in my life to help me keep going and that actually believed in me. And so I'm super excited to share that with you guys. The whole purpose of me even starting a YouTube channel was because I had a lot of people asking me questions, sending me, messages and stuff in regards to my journey. And I want to share that with the world, and I want you guys to be able to be encouraged and just feel great about, making the decision to become healthier individuals. And I mean that in the mental and the physical aspect of ourselves. So let me just give you guys a little bit of a background of me. So, I guess you can say like for the most part, all of my life, been really active. And like even when I was in high school, I did different activities that allowed me to move my body and stuff. So I was really active in that aspect of my life. But I never did any like sports that required a ball. And you know what? I'm not mad about it because I'm just not the person for that kind of sport. So I was actually a cheerleader. And I'm not arguing with anybody because you know what? Cheerleading is a sport. You still have to do hard work. So there, and we're not arguing about this at all. But I was a cheerleader in high school for 3 years. I did ROTC as well in high school, and I also took a few different dance classes. They were lyrical dance classes, ballet, and I also took up tap dance as well. And with all of that, I just, I was moving my body all the time, and my parents didn't believe in me just not doing anything after school. So, I kind of got myself into those things, and, I've been blessed with it. But when I graduated from high school, I did attend a few different colleges and stuff, and so I really didn't focus that much on my health. I really didn't focus on fitness or anything. I would go to the gym every now and then, but I would not be consistent with it. And I forgot to mention this too. When I was like younger, like in my high school days, I really didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence in myself. I didn't believe in myself that much. So it did kind of, affect different aspects of my life, whether that was, relationships, friendships, career, education, just different things like that. And so I didn't do a whole lot because of it. And so, and the reason I'm mentioning that part is mainly because I feel like this would give you guys kind of a background of, how it, allowed me to change those things about myself. But like I said, for the most part, I really didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence in myself, and I didn't believe in myself, and so it did affect those areas of my life. Well, a few years ago, I think it was back in 2015, I moved to Columbia, South Carolina, and when I moved here, I think that was probably like the worst first year of moving because, I did lose friends. I gained a great relationship at the time, and but that was like the only thing I felt like was a really good thing going for myself. And I felt like, I didn't want anything bad to happen to that relationship because that's what was great for me. And it was definitely a lot happening, but I did lose a lot of friendships. I lost jobs. It was a lot. I had went through probably a really tough time in my life, in that year that I moved here. And so I remember, just kind of going through the swing of things. And I remember, feeling like things just were not working out for me. So I started to feel even more down on myself. I lost who I was. Like, it was just a lot happening. And I remember feeling like, why am I going through a lot of these things? So fast forward a few years later, I ended up, a few years later, my relationship did not work out. And so I think that had to be like the worst part of my life that I can remember. Just dealing with the breakup and then not knowing who I was, and, losing weight, not eating, not sleeping. It was a lot happening. And, it really affected my mental. Now, to rewind, when I was in high school, I weighed 118. So when everything happened, with my whole relationship and everything, I went down to, I believe, 114 or 115, and that was tough. And for all the skinny girls that are out there, y'all know, like, if you do lose weight, it's very noticeable. Like, people will see it, and I saw it. And I didn't know who I was, and I had to really try to regain a focus. And so after the relationship ended, I was like, it's time for me to focus on myself. It's time for me to get back into the things that I normally love to do. And so I told myself, I was like, I'm going to start back working out again. And so, this was just last year, by the way. So last year, after all of that happened, I started working out by myself, and I wasn't consistent by any means. Wasn't consistent at all. And then I remember the New Year's was getting ready to approach. New Year's Eve night, I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm going to write down some goals for myself that I want to accomplish for 2019. And I want it to be one where I know that I can actually do it. And I'm going to put forth the effort to actually achieve those goals. So I had big goals, and then I had like my smaller goals. My big goals, which I don't mind sharing now, because I did do them, but I wanted to make sure I graduated school. I wanted to get myself a car, and I also wanted to become a licensed massage therapist, which I'm still working on being a licensed massage therapist, but that's another video that I'll get into another day. But my smaller goals were to start my fitness journey, and I also wanted to do something different once a month that I've never done before. And I actually did most of those things. So when New Year's came in, I was in the market of trying to look for a new personal trainer, and I was recommended one, and everything actually went really good, but then our schedules kind of conflicted all the time, and so it just didn't work out. And so around maybe February or something like that, I believe I started back working out by myself again. And I was like, I'm just going to try and push myself. So between February and April, I did do those things. So, but I remember just feeling like, I still need motivation. And I didn't know who to reach out to, because I don't know anybody here in Columbia like that. So I didn't know who to reach out to. But one day, I actually spoke with one of my coworkers, and I asked her, I was like, hey, like, do you possibly know of any personal trainers here in Columbia that I could train with, because I really could use the motivation. And so she was like, yeah. She was like, I know somebody. She was like, actually, me and him went to school together, so I can give you his information. And so right then and there, she gave me his information, and I actually she gave me his Instagram, his business page. And so I was like, all right. So I sent him a message in there, and I'm hoping that he doesn't find me creepy or just weird or whatever. So I'm like, hey, I was like, my name is Copeland. One of my coworkers recommended you as a personal trainer, and I really would love to learn more information about it, how your process works, and when can we start? Because I really want to get this going. And I kid you not, in about 30 minutes later, he actually reached back out and he said, hey, like, let's talk about it over the phone. So we talked about it, and let me tell you something, God makes no mistakes. He knows what he's doing, you guys. Like, I just knew from our phone call that he was going to be my personal trainer, and I knew that I was going to reach my goals because of him. And I just felt really good about it. I mean, from his availability to, the affordability of it, everything, I just knew it was going to work out. And so I started working out with them like that next week, I believe it was. And I'm not kidding you guys. I've been working out by myself, but when you're working out with a trainer, and especially him, shout out to you, Seville, because you're a bomb trainer, and I will always say that. Like, I say this all the time, and he's probably tired of me saying it, but he is great, you guys. Like, he will push you. So that first day, though, I felt like I needed a break every 5 minutes because I was being pushed so hard to the point where I was like, I don't think I'm coming back. Like, I literally told myself, I'm not coming back to this. And but it's funny how things work out, because even though I kept complaining and threatening not to come back, I always end up coming back. And so I didn't know that he offered classes, just like classes with a bunch of people or whatever. And so one day I was at the gym with him and a few other people that he also trains, and they're like, you need to come to the class because it's great. We're all motivating each other. We have fun, but we still work hard. We get the job done. And I was like, okay, I don't mind doing that. That first day was crazy, you guys. Like, I kid you not, I quit within like the first 30 minutes, and I was completely fine with that. And I was thinking to myself, I'm never coming back to this class again. We'll do 101s, I'm cool with that, but these classes, I was just like, it's not happening. But it's crazy because, like I said, I always ended up coming back. And what I've learned through that process, and mind you, this is back in April, but what I learned through this process was like, there's no limits to what anybody can do. And I think I learned that the most from him. And our mind is so powerful, and we have to continue to feed it positivity every day. We have to be able to physically feed our bodies as well as our minds and our spirits. And we have to do that, because if we don't, then we are not strong enough to, to do the things that God has called us to do. We have to keep refueling our bodies and our minds and our spirits every day. That's what we have to do. And I think, if anything, yes, the physical part of, working out and everything is always the icing on the cake, but it's always a winner. It's always a big accomplishment when you have worked on your mental. This has taken me from being sad, depressed, not being able to eat, sleep, do anything, to being able to find out who I am, what I actually like to do, and now I'm able to make like awesome decisions. Now I'm making better decisions because I'm not self-conscious about myself anymore. And now I believe that I actually can do things. And don't get me wrong, there are days where I'm just like, I'm not feeling this, and I don't think I can do this. But when you have that support system and you have a great team, because we have a great team, like our workout team, shout out to Be You For You, because that team is just amazing. We all motivate each other, and we keep going, and we never make anybody feel like they're not doing enough. And, it's just been a big deal for me. So when people ask me, why did I start working out? Why did I start this journey? Only thing I can tell you is that I needed to regain a focus. I needed to start over. I needed to find myself again, get my mind off of stress. But if you ask me why am I maintaining this, it's because literally it's allowing me to be a better version of myself. Something as simple as working out, something as simple as lifting a weight. I went from not being able to really lift 30 pounds to now I'm able to lift 135. That's a big deal. And I've learned that from April of this year to present. And like, you can't tell me nothing now. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy. And I'm just completely blessed. I mean, my spirit, my everything about me, I feel like has grown so much. And plus, like, I've gained weight since then. So I went from, I think back in April, I started at 115 because that was around the time I was, kind of fluctuating, between 115, 118 for that time frame. But I went from that and now I'm 120. And that's a big deal to me. That's a big accomplishment. But like I said, it's not just about your physical. It's your focus needs to be your mind and to refuel it every day. So I'm not going to make this video super long, you guys, but I definitely wanted to, just kind of enlighten you guys on my life and, what led me to this point. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And I really hope that you guys continue to, stay with me through this journey. And I want to be able to help you guys just as much. I'm still learning every day. Not every day is perfect, but I really want you guys to be with me through my journey so that I can encourage and uplift you guys just as much as I am through my team, through my family, and my just big support system. So I'm super excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this right now, you guys, but please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to grow this channel and I really want to help others and be able to use this platform to just be a light to this world. So I hope you guys have a great one, and don't forget to be blessed, and don't forget to refuel your body every day with nothing but positivity.